What's going on, guys? Alright, it's been a while. Current state of my car. It's been an AZ its whole life, and the paint's all coming off. Sun damage all over. I've been wanting to vinyl wrap this for so long. I have carbon fiber wrap. I've had this for about 3 years, and I have yet to put it on. So that's what we're gonna do today. The downside is my hood has so many rock chips, so I don't want to just put the vinyl on. It's gonna show through. So I got this Glazing spot putty. I've seen a friend of mine use this putty before painting this years back. So I figured I'd try it again. Close up the dimples. Gonna sand it. Get rid of the rest of that clear coat and throw the wrap on, and then do the next thing. If you're wondering about why vinyl wrap, I don't feel like spending $600-700 on a new hood. And when I go to the track, I have bad wheel hop, so I'm trying to keep the weight on top of the wheels for as long as I can before I do other stuff. Looks like my car has chicken pox. I had to go get food. Should have seen all the looks I was getting. My plan is to get all these dimples at least covered tonight. Tomorrow I'll come back and sand it all. I'm literally just smearing it in the bottom. Look. There's so many holes. Almost done though. Looks like I drove through some mud. Alright, we are all good for tonight. Didn't realize my phone overheated, so I don't know how much got there, but this is the way it looks. Gonna sand this all tomorrow. Let it dry overnight. I'm gonna go over there. So yeah, I'll see you in a second. And we're back. Alright. So dried overnight. Looks like my hood has some chicken pox. Hilarious. I went over to Home Depot. Got some razor blades. And I got some sandpaper. I have this, my orbital sander. Hard to fray. Sand it down, see how smooth we can get it. Then I'm gonna throw the vinyl wrap on. I wanted to try something first. Since this is like a putty, use a razor blade. Normal razor blade, and just kind of like take off the excess. That's actually working out. I just wanted to try this. I didn't know if it would work or not. You can see where all the pinholes were, or the rock chips. Alright, we got most of it. My idea was to get rid of all the high spots of the putty. Now I'm gonna go over with the sander. Paper I got is like a mesh. Saw this off a video. Was it a Paradox Styling? Shout out to him for one of his old videos he mentioned these, like a mesh style sandpaper. This is a 400 grit. I couldn't find anything higher at Home Depot, so I might have better luck at Harbor Freight or maybe a body shop. But so all I got to work with. So we'll see how it works out. Alright, we got pretty much done with sanding. It actually turned out pretty good. I might have gone a little aggressive on the sanding, but you know, I don't feel the rock chips anymore. I did run my hand, a few spots. You know, I redid. Clear coat, I couldn't get smooth, so I'm gonna try to smear it all around and then sand it back down. See how that has, but I had to go over a few more spots that I sanded a little too far down. Yeah, you can see where all the rock chips were. So many little rock chips. My goal is to get it smooth enough to get the vinyl on. The chips don't show. So yeah, once these are dry, I'm gonna give them about maybe 20 minutes. Come back to sander, sand it down, and then I'll either put the vinyl on right after that, or wait till this evening, or sometime Alright, we're back from what we had to do today. Got a little more sanding down, redid this part. I got a little carried away, so I got a little bit of metal. So I already did some taping. So, in theory, should be fine just putting the vinyl on. I live in Arizona, and rust isn't too much of an issue. But looking through my toolbox, and I found some primer that's almost full. So we're just gonna primer it, sand it down a little bit, see how it goes. It's either gonna go good or go bad. We'll find out. Okay, there's nothing. See if I can do this without looking at the camera. Alright, it's getting pretty late, so I'm just gonna sand this tonight, and then tomorrow I'll throw the wrap on. So here we go so far. Primered all the black spots in the places that were showing bare marks. A little bit of black still seen here, but we're gonna sand it again. One last sand. The rock chips are finally smooth. Don't feel those anymore. Worked out pretty good. Day 3. A few more spots that were not as flat as I would have liked it. I can still feel a little bit. This is bugging me right here. It's the clear coat I couldn't get down. That's where the clear coat ends at. I just redid this part. A friend of mine from work, he actually had these Dura-Blocks, sanding blocks. Pretty cool little kit. So I just got one, wrapped the 600 grit. 600 grit paper. That's all I could find. I couldn't find any 8s. Did a few cross hatches, and it smoothed it out way more better than I did with the sander. So about to take this and do right here. See if I can get that flat. Alright, it's getting pretty late. Honestly, I've just spent the last few hours sanding and sanding, primer, wait for it to dry, sand again. Got a little too aggressive with a few parts, so I'm gonna do another coat of primer. But feels a lot better. It's smoother there now, as long as up here too. I don't feel any more of the rock chips. I know what you're thinking. I'm going through all this and I'm not painting it. All this for a vinyl wrap. So do one more light coat of primer on the metal spots. Let it dry tonight. Tomorrow light sanding, and then hopefully we can put the vinyl back, or the vinyl on finally. Vivid. And that's the carbon fiber. No, you can see it. Hopefully it's enough. Good enough to go. I'm hoping I have some extra. I don't know what I'll use it for, but it'd be nice to have a little bit of extra. But yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight. Get back on this tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Alright, day 4, night 4. Last night I primered one last time, so now tonight I'm just gonna do a go over by hand, get all the primer that I put on last night smooth, and then we're gonna attempt to put this vinyl on. Hopefully no mess ups, because it's the only piece I have. So I gotta get the alcohol solution, but see where all the cracks or the rock chips were, and it's all smooth. Finally got this part smooth enough. Alright, moment has come. It's either gonna look good or look real crappy. Let's hope this sitting for 3 years didn't ruin it. Hold it one side. We're gonna lay this out, see how. A big old gash in my fender. So your left. Nope. So this one's gonna. You're gonna have to pull it out this way. There you go. Ready? Now we're gonna cut off all the axes. We're gonna cut it at the hood. So I just want to like this space to be the same. See this side, we need to go up a little bit. Otherwise, all these lines are going to be crooked. You know what I mean? Go on that side. Gonna try to grab like down here, like real wide, and kind of like pop it up. Yep. You can hold wide, hold wide. Okay, straight enough. Like squeegee down, like medium pressure to kind of like lock, lock it in. And then from here, once that's flat, then you can kind of pop up a little bit. Oh, shit. But we just need enough to tuck. Tell you what, in the videos they make it look so easy. Well, it's finally done. Battery died last night at the end of it. Didn't realize it. Here's the final product. Could I have done a better job? Absolutely. A few imperfections I see, but it's a lot better than it looked with all the rock chips there. I had an issue getting the air bubbles out of right here. I just cut slits to get the bubbles out. I did overstretch right here, as you can see. There's the tape mark I didn't catch from when it was rolled up. But overall, it was way better than it did before. Next on the list is my trunk. Huge amount of sun damage from the spoiler. I did just order some vinyl, so that's next on the list. And then the whole body. Look at all this peeling. Every panel has some peel, especially my bumper. I sanded down a little bit to kind of stop the peel, but I doubt it's gonna help. So yeah, tell me what you think. It's the first time I never dealt with vinyl before, or wrap, or anything. Everything I know is just off of videos that I've been watching. If you do use this as a guide, if you're doing your own, this is not a how-to. This is more of a how I did it. Different steps I would have taken was probably maybe use actual Bondo, not the putty stuff that I use. Don't get too aggressive on the sanding of the primer, because I did go down to the metal here and there, and that was the hardest part. That's about all I have right now. This was a simple wrap. The hood is probably the flattest thing on this other than the roof, but the roof I've already had painted, so I don't need to do that. Anyway, more to come. Subscribe if you've enjoyed the content, and hit the like button. It helps out. We're just out here doing some car stuff. Peace.